Hi, everybody. What's going on? My name is Rashida Strober. I am the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And for some of you that may not know what that is, because some people may not be familiar with myself or with what dark-skinned activism is, but I will just give you a brief overview. Dark-skinned activism is a movement that I created to address the unique discriminations that dark-skinned people face. And as a result, I have written a series of books and plays to promote the eradication of what I call darkism. And I am trying to get the ideas about dark-skinned activism known through the books. And so I am asking for people to support the work that I do. I have written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. And so I want people to get a concrete understanding of darkism. Darkism is, some people say, well, what's darkism relative to colorism? And here's what I like to tell people, because this is really the meat of it. As a scholar, undergraduate student at the University of South Florida that I went to get my master's degree in political science, I did a lot of research on colorism, spent a lot of time reading the scholarly material, whether it be through articles or books on the topic of colorism. One of the people that I really have a lot of respect for is a woman named Dr. Margaret Hunter. And there's other colorism scholars as well. But the thing that I found in the colorism scholarly literature is it did not focus specifically on what dark-skinned people faced. That's very important, because the thing is this: the colorism, in my humble opinion, addresses skin tone discrimination that anyone can experience, even people that are white. Yes, I would make that argument. Colorism covers the spectrum of skin tones. But the problem is that colorism did not go far enough to address the specific discriminations that dark-skinned people face. And I promise you, as the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, and dark-skinned activism is a brand that I created back in 1998. I gave birth to the science of dark-skinned activism in '98 through a lecture that I gave at St. Petersburg College, giving birth again to dark-skinned activism. And it's this concept that people to this day, they either don't understand or maybe they haven't heard of it. But dark-skinned activism is the first movement to address dark-skin discrimination specifically. That's very important, specifically. And so I would like to spread the ideas of dark-skinned activism, of the dark-skinned activist, myself, the work, and I'm asking people to support. So here's how you can support. I have written the most books on dark skin than anyone in the world. And I will say this, and I say this in all the presentations that I give from probably starting from 2016 and on, because I don't like the fact that people have given credit to other people that had nothing to do with the creation of a movement that is the first movement in history to focus exclusively on dark skin. So people will give credit to other dark skinned actors or actresses, for example, and it makes no sense, because these people never actually created a movement that specifically focused on dark skin. I'm actually the first person to do so. So I encourage people to do their research. And I also encourage people to read the books. So Darkism is one of the books that I have available. I have A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, and I have Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Now, Token Dark Girl, I love all the books that I've written. And the thing is this: I'm fascinated myself. Even though I created dark skin activism, I am fascinated continuously with the phases of dark skin activism and how it progresses. Because when I started dark skin activism, well before there was social media, understand me clearly, before there was Facebook, before there was YouTube, before there was Instagram, whatever platform you may have watched or seen me on, I started doing dark skin activism in my community and in my family, where I would come to family members' homes and I would talk about dark skin, and they would always tell me I was crazy, a lot like what people do today. They would say, you know what, you're just jealous of light-skinned women. That's one I heard a lot, so that doesn't bother me. They would say, you're just jealous because your hair is not as fine or good hair as my cousin, my light-skinned cousin. It even got so bad to where I had one family member kick me out of her house because she got tired of me trying to get the family to address the darkism that was running rampant in the family. And I had been experiencing darkism since I was a child. People say, well, what's the origin story of dark skin activism? Well, the origin story of dark skin activism is really rooted in my childhood. I had been experiencing people treating me differently because I was dark skinned. And lo and behold, I knew I was right. I had that instinct, couldn't articulate it because I was a kid. But the instinct, as I got older and began to understand and started to develop this science, this worldview, I began to understand, going back to the colorism scholarly literature, that did not go, and still to this day does not go enough to address the experiences that dark-skinned people face, that I was experiencing darkism. Okay, and that's where the concept of dark-skinned activism, the origin story of dark-skinned activism comes out of. And so there's this thing called the burning question that there was a professor of mine, he used to always refer to Dr. Carr, that's his name, the burning question. What's your burning question? And my burning question was always, why the hell am I being treated for being dark skinned with nappy hair? Why is this particular family member or these particular family members who are light skinned with good hair, why are they being rewarded? But black people didn't want to face that. The black folk, how do I know? Because the black folks in my family didn't want to face it. So for example, I guess this was one of the conciliatory ways that one of the black people in my family tried to deal with, was telling me that my great grandmother was a full-blooded Indian, and at least I got her cheekbones and I got her nose. So I should feel a little bit better for getting something that was characteristic of an Indian. That makes me feel a little bit better about being all the way black, or, you know, about having the nappy hair and the dark skin. So these are the ideas and the experiences that dark-skinned activism comes out of. And I encourage people to do their research. Google darkism, Google the dark-skinned activists, and most importantly, I would like for you to support the work of the dark-skinned activists. Again, the books that I have available for purchase: Token Dark Girl, which is my newest release, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, and this is actually the book version of the play A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And of course, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, which is a paradigm that I created simply because colorism did not go far enough to address the unique discriminations that dark-skinned people face. So how can you purchase my books? How you say you want to support the work of the world's first dark-skinned activist? How can you purchase the books? You can purchase the books by going to either my GoFundMe. The book is each book is $40. I will send you an autographed copy of the book, by the way. And if you want to purchase a book for yourself and other people, I have a special one where you can get 5 books. Excuse me, guys. You can get 5 books for $150. Okay, 5 books for $150. And I would highly recommend that the people that are watching this don't just buy a book for yourself. Buy a book for someone else. Yes, that does help my campaign, my dark skin campaign, financially. It absolutely does. But it also, it's a win-win situation. It also helps other people because a lot of people are not aware that they are committing darkism. And so what this work does, what these books do, it enlightens people on, first of all, this is what I'm doing. If I'm calling somebody your black behind, which I done heard more times than I can count, if I'm saying stuff to somebody like, oh, let me send you, I'm gonna go ahead and send you that GoFundMe link. Give me 1 second. Once again, thank you, Knowledge Infinite Allah. Let me go ahead and get that over to you right now. Get these books. Make sure you share this information, because my goal is to get this information out about darkism and get it all around the world. So, you know, like I said, I have been called names based on my skin tone for years, and I'm not the only one. We all know this as Black people, that darkism, some would call it colorism, but I call it darkism. Darkism is the elephant in the room that a lot of us are not willing to address. And again, for me, growing up and really beginning to study, because I wouldn't leave it alone, That's where dark skin activism comes from. The fact that I would not leave it alone. I'm talking about before YouTube, Facebook, social media. This is what I'm talking. I'm the original, the real dark skin activist. There are a lot of people out here now that have decided to plagiarize what I do. They've done it all over social media and even over television, but you can never duplicate the realness and the rawness of where this movement came from. Colorism just doesn't go far enough to address what dark skinned people face. It's a wonderful articulation of that particular form of discrimination. Okay, I am in appreciation to the authors, to the scholars that have a lot of them have devoted a great deal of their scholarship to colorism. But there is something that I learned about in graduate school called paradigms, where people come in, scholars come in, and they look at a particular paradigm that's already there and established, and they study that particular paradigm, and either by trying to figure out, well, what's wrong here, or sometimes it's through accident, or just trying to get an understanding of it, they discover that the paradigm does not go far enough. And that's what happened with colorism. And I wasn't, to be honest with you, I wasn't necessarily looking for some type of issue or problem with the paradigm of colorism. I thought that colorism was denoting my experience. But as I continued to study the literature, this colorism scholarly literature, it didn't go far enough. And that's why this paradigm of darkism, that's one of the reasons why the paradigm of darkism came about. And so I encourage you to help me to spread this message regarding darkism and its impact, because let me tell you something, darkism impacts people's everyday lives. And I don't have to tell y'all that. We all know that. Darkism is the experiences, the unique experiences that dark-skinned people around the world face. It doesn't matter what corner of the globe you are dark-skinned in, you have probably in your lifetime faced some form of darkism, whether you want to admit it or not. Some people are in denial about it. I remember doing my plays on the dark-skinned activist tour, featuring a dark-skinned woman's revenge. This book is actually the play version that I wrote back in 2006. And there was a dark-skinned woman back in 2011. She came to my play and she looked at me like I was crazy. She was like staring at me the whole time, like, what's wrong? And so, you know, after the play, we always do an audience talk back. And she stated to me that she has never experienced what I was taught. She didn't know what I was taught. And this woman was about as black as me. She did not know what I was talking about. Now, let me tell you, who am I to tell her that she has never experienced darkism? I'm not her. I'm not her. But what I can tell you, that does not negate the fact that there are millions of people around the world who have experienced darkism. And I see it in my everyday life. And what I am primarily concerned with, and this is a concept or a keyword definition in my book, Darkism. You can find it in my Dark Skin Glossary of Terms, which this is the first Dark Skin Glossary of Terms. And thank you to the brother Saladin, who actually edited my book. And he said that to me. He was like, wow, you created the first Dark Skin Glossary of Terms and Phrases. Thank you for giving me credit, because a lot of people refuse to give me credit for being the woman that actually spurred the entire conversation on dark skin, colorism, all of that on the internet. And everybody said that my work was crazy and what I was doing was crazy, but I have so many people who have plagiarized my work, whether it be online or offline, and have never given credit. Anyway, the main thing that I want to alleviate in terms of darkism is the economic part of it. And there is a term called systemic economic darkism, where dark-skinned people are constantly, in a multiplicity of ways, denied economic opportunities. And that's on again on a global scale. Okay, so this is not just I'm not just speaking on dark-skinned people in the United States. I am speaking on dark-skinned people globally. And so my chief concern when we look at this issue of life chances that the Max Weber, the German sociologist, came up with this concept of life chances. And I'm applying that to what's the impact of darkism on the life chances of dark-skinned people. When we look at that, I want to improve the life chances of dark-skinned people on a socioeconomic level. So that's another reason why it is so important for the people that hear me and understand me to purchase this work and get it out to other people. So how can you support? And let me tell you real quickly about my other campaign that I have going on. I have a fundraiser that I have on Facebook, and my goal is to raise $1 million to produce the Dark Skin Activist Tour, which consists of the Dark Skin Plays, the Dark Skin Creative Works. Okay, again, I want people to understand that this is not something new for me that I just started doing on social media. I actually created this entire lane. I am the creator of it. I have been doing this since 1998, well before there was a social media. So this is organic, this is real, this is original. It's not copied and plagiarized as other people have done with me. That's very, very important to understand. I am the first author, the first artist, the first actress to focus my work exclusively on dark skin. It's not another celebrity. It's not another person on social media. I have been doing this work since '98 before anybody even cared to talk about dark skin. The only other person I will ever give credit to in this world for doing anything remotely similar to what I do is a person named Cola Booth. That's it, because I'm an honest person. So if you support my work, what you can do is you can make a donation to my campaign that I am running. It's a Facebook fundraiser. I'm raising $1 million. You can go to Facebook and make your donation there. You can go to my GoFundMe, which is also the same exact campaign, and you can make your donation there. You can purchase my books. Each book is $40, okay? So Darkism is $40, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge is $40, and Darkism is Token Dark Girl is $40. You can get 5 books for $150. That way you can keep a copy for yourself and pass the other ones on as a gift, because the more people that are able to get exposure to my books, the better understanding that we will have of what this thing called dark skin activism is and what darkism is. I am also available to do interviews, and you can contact me so we can go over the details of that at my email address, which is darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. And again, I would just like for people to help me to continue to spread the word on what darkism is, and also to financially support, because the Dark Skin Activist campaign needs financial support more than anything. That's why I have the books available, offering you excellent reads. The reviews on Amazon for this book are absolutely phenomenal. You can go and check them out if you want. They're absolutely phenomenal. I want to thank everyone for their financial support. If you want to talk to me personally, you say you want to make, some people want to actually speak to you before they make huge donations. If you want to talk to me personally, you can either message me on Facebook, or you can go to, again, you can email me at darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. But make sure you financially support, because campaigns like this, sometimes the reason why it's slow to get off the ground or there's difficulty is because of a lack of financial support. So make sure more than anything that you purchase these books. It's a win-win situation for you and also for myself to spread the word about what darkism is, what dark skin activism is, the true history of what dark skin activism is. Now, all of the links are provided in this live. So all you have to do is go, and if you happen to watch this on YouTube, all of the links will be in the description box. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch. It is the world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer of the very first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark skin activism. They mocked me, then they copied me, but guess what? It's only one original dark skin activist, and you're looking at her, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch. The Dark Skin Activist seeks investors for the Dark Skin Activist Tour, which consists of her award-winning play, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and other creative works written by the world's first dark skin activist about darkism. The goal is to raise $1 million to fund a worldwide dark skin activist tour. Now, where and how can you give? Number one, you can go to Google and simply type in Rashida Strober GoFundMe. Number two, you can go to PayPal and donate at Rashida's email address, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Number three, you can go to your Cash App and look for Rashida's name and face. The Cash App is $Rashida Lala. Once again, that's $RASHIDA LALA. Number four, please share with other investors that are willing, ready, and able to invest in a stellar, quality, proven, groundbreaking, unique project, the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Thank you.
Daddy, he's low down, and I hope he burns in hell.
Hey, you got a cigarette? Oh. Hey, you my new cake worker? Okay. My name is Georgiana Left. I love my daddy. I don't know if he can get my kid. He my best friend. He took good care of me and my brothers and stuff. I got a lot of brothers and sisters. My daddy worked a lot of jobs too. I don't know if he can get my kids though. Hey, what you laughing for? You better shut up over there. I'm gonna tell you like that. Why you laughing? I took my mother's case to say. Thank you, girl. Like I said, I don't know if you could get my kids though. When I turned 13, my dad come home and he gave me a sneaker ball. And he said, I had to get nobody none. So then I sold that ball up my dad's side. My mama mean. She just cooked for us and washed our clothes, but she don't like me. She always hit me. She called me black. Everybody called me black and ugly. They crazy. They so little. My daddy came home one day and he told me he wanted to show me how much he loved me. He said, don't tell nobody. But daddy love her. Daddy said love was supposed to hurt at first. Then love feel good, but love never feel good to me. But I love my daddy. My daddy like love. And when I turned 17, a baby came in my tummy. I say, bad, bad baby. You ain't supposed to be in my tummy. My daddy say, that baby came in my tummy by mistake. He said, don't tell on that baby, cause that baby ain't mean to hurt me. So I ain't say nothing about that baby, cause I ain't want that baby to get in trouble. And then my mama seen my brother get big, and she say she gonna kill the baby. She say she gonna put me in that retarded people house. I told her I'm black and ugly. I'm not retarded now. And then one day I wake up in the bed, it wasn't my bed, it wasn't at my house no more. It was that retarded people, oh, my mom and dad don't love me no more. And then they gave me that nasty medicine that made me go to sleep all the time. And then I'll wake up and somebody on top of me. I thought it was my dad. He ain't say nothing when I called his name. And then I screamed loud. And then they covered my mouth. And then another monster got on top of me. And 3 monsters had got on top of me. And in the morning, Miss Shay came in the room. Miss Shay came in my room last night. Miss Shay talking about I had a bad dream. No, Miss Shay came in my room. Miss Shay, she talking about I told a lie. That bitch called me retarded. I'm not retarded, Miss Shay. I leave that retarded people out with a baby in my tummy. I had my baby in a bathroom at Burger King. The ambulance took me and the baby to the hospital. And they took the baby talking about I can't take care of my kid. I could take care of my kid. I could take care of all my kids now. I had 8 more babies in my tummy. And they took all the babies talking about I ain't gonna get my kids back. I'ma get my kids back. I'ma get all my kids back. I ain't retarded. Blakey. Ugly. Blakey. Ugly. Blakey.